Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the performance of the AGL LR Goku in the red zone. And specifically we've chosen the red zone against the Broly. So Goku will do a decent job in most red zone, but particularly against Broly, we want to get a really good look at just how good he is. And there's a couple of reasons why I chose Broly. So firstly, Broly is a very nice length red zone. It's one of the longer red zones, multiple phases, different typings, and this gives a good showcase to Goku. Firstly, it allows Goku to stack, so he can really stack that defense, which is an important part of his mechanics. It also shows the added value of his 6-turn guard. A lot of people don't always realize, but the length of time that Goku has guard for is very impressive. 6 turns is a very decent length of time, so it gives you an ability to see the benefit of that. It also allows him to definitely take enough attacks to activate both his additional defense and his additional attack stat, and it allows us to see numerous chances of his nullification ability as well as his active skill. So the big thing with Goku, well, firstly, the big thing about him, his leader skill. Turtle School, not great. You can see I've made a pretty good team with him as a friend lead, so it is definitely possible to make it an excellent team. That's not really a thing about Goku, but beyond that, Turtle School is very limited. So though you can make a very good team, it is a little bit limited as a category to take on hard events. Now, unfortunately, the best of the best under Turtle School are very, very good. And if you have the Earth Red Fighters lead Goku, you basically can run a team with this Goku pretty easily. But outside of that, it can be a little bit difficult. Secondly, the big thing with Goku is he relies almost exclusively on raw defense. So Goku is a unit that has guard for the first 6 turns, but then pretty much entirely depends on the ability to have raw defense and very high raw defense for the remainder of combat. So Goku can get up to this is a 55% Goku, but Goku can get up to 1.1 million of defense. And that's great. The problem is that's in a very, very good case example for him. However, he can still take a huge chunk of damage from super attacks because of that. Even 1.1 raw million defense still means Goku will take 500k from certain bosses' supers. That's how ridiculous some super attacks are. So the thing is, you have to accept that Goku, although very strong defensively, may be a unit that's never really a true stalwart of the position. Eventually he will struggle, and at 55% he can struggle a little bit. Now, normal attacks, never gonna have a problem. He does a really great job of doing well against normal attacks, and especially for the red zone here against Broly, he does a really good job because he has guard for the first 6 turns. So usually even through the tech phase of Broly, Goku is rocking guard, so he really does have advantage. Double strength phases also suits him, and a type neutral final phase against AGL Broly also suits him. There's no real hard boss that has a tech final phase at this point in time. Obviously outside of the Cell Max event, of course, which is tech phased. And then of course maybe the Bojack red zone is a tough one that you can struggle with due to the tech phase. But outside of those, you should be more than fine. There's just one of those things where you can just struggle. Now obviously outside of that, I would say Goku's pretty good. Small caveats aside, Goku's an excellent unit. He has the ability to do some very decent damage. He also has that key nullification ability, which you'll see comes in handy quite a few times. So that's really good. His raising defense means that he reaches pretty good levels of damage, defensive capability. And in terms of damage, once he takes that, gets that 120% buff after receiving his 9th attack, he then starts to do some really good attack stats. So Goku is pretty solid. The only thing he's really lacking a little bit is obviously the fact that he doesn't have he's got the crits, he's got the KO survival, those are all really good. He just can feel a little bit underbaked just due to linking and then obviously implementation of how he fits into the rotation. But Goku, for me, is very, very good. I think my only gripe personally with Goku is animations look a little bit weak, and he doesn't feel like, obviously with this 55% unit you don't really have the additionals, but he can feel like, even though he has big attack stats, especially at 55%, if you don't have the, like additional attacks, or you don't get the crit, a 10 million attack stat doesn't mean too much nowadays, especially as you get later on into Red Zone, both with Shadow Dragons, etc. So you do need to be aware of how all of that comes together. So I think that's important. I think overall Goku, he's not lacking too much. I personally think he's great as a unit. I think link set wise he's decent. I think there's some changes there that kind of prevent him from being great. Z Fighters, as much as I understand, it's just not a great link. In Fighter as well is one of those things. But Goku, overall he does his thing and he's pretty cool. I think he's a great unit. I think he's a ton of fun. I just think, there's definitely a consideration to be had about whether he is truly one of the top units in the game. But I think he's got a very impressive kit, and I think he works very well, all things considered. He definitely can help you big time in Red Zone. Even at 55%, absolute smolder of a unit here. Really, really strong, does a fantastic job. Super powerful, super strong defensively. And does do like a good combination of service to our team. I think, all things considered, Goku as a unit doesn't have very major weaknesses, more just small inconveniences. And he's definitely a unit that at 55%, he's going to be able to help you through all the hard content in the game. Yes, there will be instances like Cell Max, whereby he takes damage, or like you get him outside of his window where he has that guard and he will take damage. But that happens to a lot of units, and when you're taking on the best tech unit in the game, or hardest tech fight in the game as an AGL unit, that's expected to happen. Here's going to be the first example of Goku's really awesome key nullification ability, which by the way looks great. And so that's going to be really awesome. You can see here, like Broly's going to fire his AoE attack, and Goku's going to just really kind of crush it with that key nullification ability, which is awesome by the way. So there's really a whole bunch to Goku that I think works out great. And we just unfortunately obviously got knocked out that turn, but it's fine. We come back to take on the AGL phase, and Goku tanks the normal attacks more than fine. So Goku, really strong. This is without an item. There's no items active here or anything. So tanking normal attacks more than fine. Taking a super, he would take damage. I think Broly does 1.3 mil, and Goku here, after this super attack, will have around 700k defense. So, he's going to take damage. He's going to take a lot of damage. It's something that's not really avoidable for him as a character. Like, it's just not really something you can adjust, so to say. But for the most part, especially if you have a dupe or two, or you have him rainbowed, even with just the defensive gear, he's never going to be the kind of unit that takes damage from normals. And I think that's something you're going to have to just learn to appreciate with him and work around him. He's still really great, and with that nullification ability, it's only really physical based supers you have to worry about. There's Sin Shenron in both Red Zone and Shadow Dragons event, Broly, and I believe Medical Cooler is a physical event. So outside of like one or two bosses, a lot of them do fire key based attacks, so you don't tend to suffer as much as you might have. You don't tend to be completely like at a loss if you don't get coverage. So I think overall Goku does a great job. Definitely a brilliant Red Zone unit. And if you've got him, give him a try. I think Turtle School, maybe not the best team to run him. I personally run him on Earthbred Fighters, Goku's family, anything like that, because you have plenty of ways to activate his active skill. It's not the hardest condition. And I just think, yeah, he'd do a bit better under there. I think you only need one Goku. I don't know if him being a team lead, like if him being double lead is really something you need. Personally speaking, it's just not really something I'd say is like required, you know, at least from my side. But yeah, that's basically gonna be it from me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you can leave a like. Otherwise, let me know what you think about Goku in the comments below. And yeah, otherwise I will definitely see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care and bye.